The Brazilian Grand Prix should have been Red Bull territory, but instead it was Lewis Hamilton who stole the limelight with his impressive show of dominance with his low-flying rocket ship. Still, Red Bull star Max Verstappen and team boss Christian Horner showed no sign of frustration after the race. Instead, they coolly noted that the next race would be more important and much more was to come. So, why are they so confident? Let's take a dive into the murky waters. The Sao Paulo racing weekend was full of skirmishes off track between title rivals Red Bull Racing and Mercedes. And most of that was about a possible wrongdoing with the rear wing of the Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton famously got disqualified for failing a fairly simple test on his rear wing, with the opening being larger than allowed. This angered Mercedes team, especially because they did not get the part back from the FIA after the failed test. The FIA held onto it until after the race, meaning they had more time to examine the piece. This coincided with a much larger appeal Red Bull made during the weekend.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Multiple sources say Red Bull filed an extensive complaint at the FIA against the Mercedes rear wing. What exactly Red Bull is trying to bring up or achieve with this appeal is unknown, and so the possible penalties are unknown as well. What is clear is that the FIA has gotten some homework from the teams.
Michael!
Oh, that's funny. Michael!
And knowing the actual content of the appeal could bring a quiet confidence to the Red Bull team. However, it must be noted that the circuit in Qatar asks for a different aero package and new rear wings as well. So whatever could be wrong with the Brazil rear wing might already be water under the bridge now. The Losail International Circuit is completely new to the Formula 1 calendar and will give all teams headaches. The expected average speed in qualifying is 237 km per hour and 220 km per hour during the race, meaning it's about as fast as Silverstone. The layout offers little height differences, a lot of fast winding corners and a couple of medium speed corners, making it a technical track that could work in the advantage of the enormous mechanical grip of the Red Bull car. Tire degradation will come into play here, as well as the relatively large part of the circuit consists of high-speed corners and the tarmac has not been changed since 2004. However, the straights in the last sector could work very well for the black rocket called Mercedes and their very intelligent suspension that lowers the back of the car at high speeds. The single DRS zone will start directly after the last corner, meaning the DRS will be hugely powerful on the main straight, especially since overtaking seems to be quite difficult on the rest of the track, because it will be quite difficult to follow closely here. From the outset, it seems like the teams could go for a low drag aero package, although the wings will not be as slippery as a typical Monza setup. We've seen the teams use this before in races like Azerbaijan, England, Belgium and the outer circuit of Bahrain. The low aero package trades grip for speed by cutting a lot of drag. And although pure power is a typical Mercedes strength, we've seen some of the strongest Red Bull performances in races where they could use this trimmed aero package. Thanks to the high rake, the 2021 regulations on the underfloor have given Red Bull some advantage on this sort of track. The incredible mechanical grip of the high rake car apparently gives enough stability to allow Red Bull to cut more drag from the wings. Hereby they partly eliminate the power deficit they have with the low-rake Mercedes. This was on perfect display in the first sector of the Circuit of the Americas, where Max Verstappen ruled despite having less engine power. Ever since the beginning of the season, the Mercedes has proved a little bit more tricky than the Red Bull in those very high-speed corners, which is most likely down to the cut end of the 2021 underfloors. Traditionally, Mercedes has had problems with serious heat, as the cooling of the engine wasn't really working all that well. This has caused some problems in the past, but didn't appear to bother the Mercs in Brazil at all. It seems they found a solution with the cooling, although this is not entirely clear yet. Racing in Qatar will be at the end of the afternoon, meaning the temperatures will be around 25 degrees with a very hot yet cooling tarmac. Should the temperatures still have an effect on the Mercedes engines, then this will be on full display this weekend. If the previous races have proven anything, it is that team play at Red Bull is much stronger than at Mercedes. Bottas really doesn't seem to care if Hamilton wins or loses the championship, and Mercedes boss Toto Wolff seems to have forgotten races ago that there is a second Mercedes on the grid altogether. Red Bull in the meantime has helped Sergio Perez finding the right balance in his tricky handling car, and he's shown great fighting spirit in the past few races. He was unlucky with the virtual safety car in Brazil, but was great at keeping Hamilton in his rocket ship at bay. This second car in play could prove all the more important in a race where overtaking will be difficult and the undercut will be a powerful weapon. So what do you think? Will this be a Hamilton win or Max Verstappen? Please leave your comments and of course follow, like and subscribe.